Ominous indeed.
When many of the elder gods were corrupted and became what we would call demons, the god Atum, born from Gaia herself, was set upon our world to slay these monsters. In that sense, the two of them have had a shared and he might just honor you with his blessing.
I am impressed. Blade told me to mention your mother. Apparently she is promiscuous. You were too weak for this fight. They cannot possibly match your strength. Feel a breeze?
Atum was unleashed and made quick work of the demons, but in the process, he became something of a monster himself. He even became the Demigod, the God Eater.
If this is a cautionary tale, your timing could use some work. You have earned it. Your mother abandons you. Lilith herself could not best me. What makes you think you will fare any better?
imagine how much more difficult this would be if Charlie wasn't there to join you. I think you owe her a treat after this.
I have your back. Leave some for the rest of us. Feel my call.
Blade is honestly jealous that you're getting this extra training in. And with live targets, too.
Back into the frame. There was a time when Lilith had the highest of standards for her minions. That time has clearly passed. Once again, Lilith's servants fall.
If that doesn't make an impression on Atum, I don't know what will. Good work, Hunter.
This looks like Mr. Lilins here.
With Atum's help, you shouldn't have any trouble uncovering the more elusive elements hidden throughout the grounds. Why don't you try out his blessing on that stone over there?
Atum, show me the way. If it was here, Atum would show me. Atum thinks otherwise. The son of Gaia approves. He sees our path. Something terrible. This area, it feels wrong somehow. I sense an old suffering.
Members of the local coven were persecuted here. And worse.
Witches?
Salem's history with witches may have been distorted over the years, but some things are true. The witches of Salem did their best to thwart Shaw, but he rallied his congregation against them. The catalyst of the infamous Salem witch trials. When the coven called out in distress, it was Lilith and Sarah who came to their aid.
They came all the way from Transia, with the Abbey, to help a group they had never met?
You may not believe it, but I'm sure you would have done the same. Isn't that why the Sons are here today? Aside from that, your mother and Sarah both saw the signs of Chthon's influence. They knew there was more happening in Salem than the persecution of witches.
Chthon's corruption had taken root in the New World, just like the colonists themselves.
And while Lilith and Sarah were still preoccupied in Transia, they entrusted one of the moon seals to the Knights of Wondergore, who brought it to the Coven with the hope that its power would reinforce them enough to deal with Shaw.
But that is not what happened.
Unfortunately, no. When the plague came to Salem, the same one that afflicted your father, Shaw used it to further agitate his flock by placing the blame squarely on the Coven.
And the witches?
The mob was vicious. And the rest is history.
But what about the moon seal?
After the trials, the moon seal vanished along with Shaw. Without drawing any conclusions, I think we can both guess where it went.
If this was his church, then it is possible the seal is still here, or somewhere nearby.
You read my mind. Good hunting, dear.
there must not be anything here. Was this always here?
You may not remember the structure, but maybe you've heard of the man responsible for it? This was his house of worship. Even I haven't been inside.
Is that all she did while I slept? Seal things off for our protection?
She can be overzealous at times, but in this case, she was right to be wary.
So what dark secret does this place hold?
When Hiram Shaw